All right, morning, everyone. Sunday, September 5th, 10 a.m., last Sunday before NFL season, last Sunday before panicking over the 10 a.m. waivers. So a good time to memorialize this with one last draft. However, not a fantasy football draft. Home leagues and some final, main events, and drafts are finishing prior to the Vegas trips coming up for the FFPC. So what we figured we'd do is come on here in the GOAT District and get a Vegas experience draft going. So we're talking about sophisticated food and culture this morning. Let's do it. Let's get into it because people got things to do on this beautiful Sunday morning.
GOAT District, you know the Pope listens. Dynasty, our religion, for the blokes missing. On all of these trades, on all of these plays, on all of these grades. By the end of the day, y'all getting played. So, what you gonna do next? Try to fill up that flex? Send the homie a text? That trash offer's the best? You try to make it complex, then they text you back. Now all of a sudden, they don't make any sense. Broaden your horizons, boy. Dynasty's not for the Simons, boy. These trades not for consignment, boy. Respect your opponent, y'all some piranhas, boy. This my advice, from me to you. Open up your cute little podcast queue. Search up GOAT District, my dude. Pop it in your ear, man, y'all know what to do. It's the... And I always be traded. And I always be traded. And I always be trading. Y'all try to betray them, but first you gotta bait them. Fish.
Dan, Theo, OG Goats in the GOAT District. Kick to you guys first. I said that we're winding down draft season, but you guys have one today.
We're winding up draft season.
Winding up. Yeah, I don't even know what I was talking about. Winding up. You guys have one today, yeah?
Yeah, tonight.
Excited about that?
We're stoked. We're fired up. We have a 10 p.m. main event, and we have the 2 pick for this one. Dan and I are also splitting a team out in Vegas, and this is the 2 tonight, right, Dan? Then the 7 is in Vegas, or is it?
I think it's a 7 tonight.
Okay, so I'm off on that. We have the 7 tonight, and we like that. It gives us a lot of flexibility, and then we have the 2 out in Vegas, where we can build a monster. So we're fired up. I just had NFFC draft weekend. I'm fried. It was a ton of fun. It was 5 live drafts between Friday night and all day Saturday. So it's a little family day today until Dan and I get it going.
Yeah. Any worry that Dan's going to have a boat day and then come back and try to do the 10 p.m. with you? Or any worry about Dan's mental faculties at 10 p.m. tonight?
I worry about the sunburn factor. I'm worried about Dan getting sunburn. So maybe some sleeves and a hat just to keep the sunburn out. But Dan's a pro. He's going to be fine.
I'll have the glowing neon,
it's
bright
pontoon
red.
Life. Hashtag pontoon life.
Yep, exactly.
I love it. All right. On that note, let me bring in my best friend, the Hof. What are we doing today, Hof? We got Florida State on deck. We went to Florida State together. So FSU Notre Dame tonight. I know it's not NFL football, but since it's food and culture, I'll just say, Hof, I'm definitely calling you in a couple hours because I'm smoking ribs and I'm going to screw them up and get nervous. So expect a phone call immediately once we get off of this podcast. What's going on?
Well, I'll be there for moral support, good, bad, or indifferent there. So I'm sure they'll turn out good though.
You do anything for the game tonight?
I will just watch it lazily on my couch holding my 2-month-old daughter.
Nice. Out in Montana too, so that's the old 5 p.m. kickoff for you.
5:30, it's perfect. I can be tucked away by 9 o'clock. It's ideal sports time zone right here.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's another debate is the best time zone, but it's certainly for me not Eastern time zone. As I've gotten more tired, I'm passing out in these college football games last night. So, anyways, we can belabor that all we want. I mentioned to you guys I love overcomplicating the simplest of ideas. So we're talking about sophisticated food and culture, things to do in Vegas. So why not do a draft? We're all drafters here. And why not pick an order in advance and get myself lost in it and screw it up? But let's do it. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a draft of creating your perfect Vegas trip. We'll do round 1, go-to drink. Round 2, game in Vegas, sort of open, open to interpretation, whether that's table game or what have you. We can, interested to see what everyone goes with. Round 3 has me most worried. That's experience, thing to do in Vegas. Hopefully that we're all, PG-13 about that, or are if we have to be. And then round 4, like my favorite, I think we're really building up to it, is restaurants. Guys, there's a no sniping rule on Dan. He says he's basically got 1 bullet and 1 bullet only. And if he can't fire it, he's going to pick Circle K. So let's make sure that we're all respectful of Dan and his pick. Look, I've got some menus pulled up. I'm going to share a screen when we get to the restaurants portion. Hope you do a great job of prepping and lining up great restaurants and kind of off the wall restaurants, whether that's your own research or asking others in Vegas. So hopefully we can do some moaning and groaning on this pod, only the best kind. So with that, that's kind of intro. We'll kind of end. We got an order going on. Any questions before we begin, guys? Any worries about draft order? Any worries about screwing up your picks? All
no.
right, good.
I don't think so.
I'm worried about round 1. I have like one go-to drink, and if I don't say the go-to drink, I'm going to end up saying amaretto on the rocks. If he's throwing the rocks, that'd be really embarrassing. So, all right, round 1, go-to drink. This is your drafting drink, your pool drink, your go-to Vegas drink. In this order, Theo, we're gonna go with you first. What's your go-to drink out in Vegas?
So if I'm gambling at a table, and it's nighttime, you want to ask them for the good stuff. So you can most of the casinos will give you a Macallan 12. If you're gambling enough, they'll bring you Mac 18 if you ask them nicely and give the lady a tip. So a Mac 12, yeah, there you go. If you're playing poker, you're not going to get it.
You're just like, no, not a whiskey, not a bourbon. Like we're going Macallan 12 and 18 if I'm really high rolling. I like that.
They'll always give you the 12. They'll always give you the 12.
Okay, I like it.
By the pool. I mean, I don't anticipate too much pool time this trip, but maybe something like a mojito. Keep it light. And that's pretty much it. And during the draft, I don't drink. I don't drink during drafts. I stay very sober during drafts. I can't do it. I gotta focus, and I'm a water guy during drafts. And coffee. Right. That's pretty much it.
So Vegas experience, first draft, drink, Theo, Macallan 12 off the board. All right, Hof. Go to Vegas drink.
Well, you mentioned sophisticated in the intro, and I don't know that I went sophisticated with the Macallan 12 or 18 there. I also don't play enough table games to get the free drinks or the attention from a cocktail server. So, I mean, during the day, I think a margarita is probably going to be the go-to. Nice tequila option there. Or I'm simple, a Coors Light. If I'm pacing myself out, we've had a lot of long day drinking, a lot of long days, and sometimes the margaritas catch up to you pretty quickly.
Yep, I like it.
If I'm sitting down to a nice dinner though, or potentially in a draft, I do a Woodford on the rocks, or even a Woodford with a splash of soda is probably my next up there.
Nice, I like it. All right, Dan, you're up.
All right, so I'm very close to Theo, and if you're at the tables, it's Lafroig for me, but they don't always have it, so I'll take whatever high end Scotch they've got that they're willing to give me. But let's talk a little bit about in the draft room, okay? Right, because if you're drafting an FFC, they've always got the beers right there for you. So and Theo's right. You don't want to be drinking too heavily during the draft, but once you hit the 15th, 16th round, all bets are off unless you have a next draft, in which case it's only one. But then if you're with the FFPC, now here's your secret. What you got to do is you got to get your drafts in on Saturday, because that's when Alex gets free with the drink tickets and he starts running around the table, handing out the drink tickets to everybody. You want to get those free drinks. And, when he comes by, you got to make sure you tell him, hey, my partner's in the bathroom. Can you leave one for him too?
That's such an old school advice, Dan. That's the best advice I think has ever been given out in the Goat District. My partner's in the bathroom. I need the extra drink ticket.
Right, exactly. So there are a variety of ways you can work the system. You can you can kind of eye up who tends not to be drinking in the draft room at all. If you've been there a few times, and a lot of times those people are just like will hand out their drink tickets to somebody else. So you can sometimes score 5-6 tickets off a single draft if you know what you're doing.
Nice. I'm gonna go try to hit up Theo and steal his drink tickets. It sounds like he's
they're all yours, Shelly. All yours.
They're available. All right, awesome. No, I'm gonna go with. We'll close this down. I'm gonna go with a vodka soda, lemon and lime. Those were good last year at the main events. I think that you were talking like main event beer or draft room beer. I think they got the Coronas with the lime, so I actually like that they splurge for the lime too. It's not just like throwing the Coors Light bottles at you. But I got to tell you, if I'm at the pool, I got addicted a couple years ago to the Bud Light oranges on the pool deck. So if I'm at the pool, I'm going for Bud Light orange, and there's absolutely no sophistication to that. Okay, all right, that closed out favorite drink. All right, game in Vegas, round 2. Hof, you're up first in this one. Favorite game in Las Vegas?
This was an easy one for me, and I'm glad I went first. Although I don't think anyone would have sniped this, but
it was sort of by design, Hof, if I'm being honest.
Not a big gambler, not a big table gambler at least. So I always put a 20 in, or at least in the Wheel of Fortune slot machine, and that's about all I play while I'm there. I'll burn a 20 a day or two, and hopefully cash out at least double it or better. But that's where I sit, and that's about it.
I love it that you specified the Wheel of Fortune, because I knew the Wheel of Fortune was coming. So just in terms of the draft, in case anybody else wants slots, Hof took Wheel of Fortune slots and not any other type of slots machines. So
very specific, yeah.
Very specific type of slot. All right, Dan, you're up. Game in Vegas.
All right. To clarify, it'll probably be Saturday night before I even walk into the casino floor, other than just to get from one place to another. I just have too many drafts going on. I just don't have time to mess with it. But when I've actually got time to do some gaming, it's definitely craps for me. I mean, if you walked up to a table with a good enough size bankroll to withstand the ups and downs, you can play craps pretty much forever. They'll give you the good drinks at the crap table. You can bet with the dice or against the dice, depending on how the dice are flowing. You'll get a few looks if you bet against the dice, but who cares if you get enough drinks? Doesn't matter. But if you're gonna low budget it, and you want to watch some college football and you don't want to mess with the sport books or whatever, you just go up to the bar. They've got the little the bar side, video poker.
Yep. Yeah.
And, just play some video poker, get your free drinks, watch your football. It's a very low key way to go for, college football Saturday when you're done with your drafts.
Dan, here's a question. Are you talking about the bars in the casinos, or are you talking about the Circle K video poker?
No. See, I don't actually go to the Circle K. We'll circle back to it. But
I had to make another Circle K reference. All right, I'm gonna try to get 4 in if I can. Okay, no. So game for me, I think that this is easy. I'm gonna go just sports gambling. I like walking up to the sports book, not dropping a ton again. More focused on just being dazzled by all the TV screens. But there's kind of nothing better than just getting your ticket, watching the games, and then hopefully you actually get like a good split on the games too, so you can root with your buddies, and then also like just irrationally and for no other reason than they're betting against you and screaming for the other team, hate somebody else in the sports book. Like there's nothing better than just having two 50-50 pockets of just like love and hate going back and forth. So that really gets my juices flowing. That's my favorite game in Vegas is the sports books. How about you, Theo?
So I love if it's not a fantasy football biggest weekend. I love playing poker, but it takes the time. The time aspect just kind of kills it. It's a antisocial type game. You're not hanging out with your buddies. You have to sit in a poker room for hours and hours. So I enjoy blackjack. I'll play some blackjack out there this weekend. And I'm with you. I love the sports book. Sports book is amazing. March Madness in Vegas is awesome. Football in Vegas is awesome. It's fantastic.
Love it. Okay, hey, Dan, you're gonna have to teach us some craps trick. I don't think I've ever played craps there. Like that's the one thing that like I just like is like out there. I don't have an appreciation for what's going on. So maybe some craps trick.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, there's all kinds of wild, crazy bets on craps that you don't want to touch. But if you just, if you just stick to the basics, you can, you can either play forever, you can do really good. If I get up by a few $100s, I'm just, I'm walking out. I'm good right there. And that's the main thing with the tables. When you get up, put it in your pocket, walk out of the casino. Don't get tempted by anything else. And I got to say this, the sports book was, that's definitely my favorite thing. I was going for, more like in the casino thing.
I think we all tiptoed around it, and Andrew.
Yeah. I just left it to interpretation.
But
yeah. Anyway, hey, morning, Anna. Thanks for joining us from San Diego.
Yes.
All right. So next up, experience. Dan, you're up here first. Favorite experience in Las Vegas?
Oh, it's got to be when it's 5 a.m. You got to draft at 9. You can't sleep anymore. You've been tossing and turning for an hour. You're just like, you know what? Screw it. You go down to the Starbucks. You get your Starbucks. You get your lemon pound cake. You walk over, grab a protein bar at the convenience store. You sit back up in your room and you wait for the draft to come. No, I'm kidding.
That's the experience that everyone's going to be tuning in this for. They're going to be like, "Oh yes, okay, I'm experiencing those same doubts and the same nervous tummies."
Yeah, maybe walk down to where the draft rooms are, at the FFPC, and snap pictures of the draft boards, and try to figure out who's rising up and who's falling and so forth like that. And I guarantee you, even at 5 a.m., there's always like 2 or 3 other people sitting there snapping pictures right with me.
Oh, so. Definitely. last month up. Man, you're probably talking about me. I probably do that. So if you're going to Vegas, there's no shame in doing it, except you'll get made fun of here on the pod, but all good. All right, who's up next? Me for this one? Yes, me. Oh, okay, good. So I hope I don't step on toes here. I love the smells of the casinos. I love walking through like the different casinos with the smells that they pump in. But if it weren't for that, we thought about having a favorite casino, which really I just wanted to talk about my favorite casino smells, which oddly enough is like a not that great of a casino. It's like the Link. I think for whatever reason, the Link's got a great smell. So like that's kind of like my side answer here. But at the risk of talking too much about sports books, there's nothing better than posting up at sports books, sitting there watching a whole day's worth of games there. One in particular, again, just to call it out, it's off strip, so kind of hipster about it. But the Las Vegas Superbook, what used to be the Westin, slightly off strip. I think it's like walking distance, you'd hate your life. But you could do it if you could do it from the strip, but which I've done it before, there and back a couple times. But you got to go see if you're going to Vegas and you're on the strip and you're doing a lot of Planet Hollywood stuff for FFPC. Or otherwise, I got to tell you, it's worth a quick Uber or, sweaty walk over to the Superbook just to see what it's like, because it's really cool over there. So that would be my Vegas experience. If you've got like one thing to do, don't, obviously cost no money unless you want to put the bet, but you got to go see the Superbook out there off strip. That's my answer. Dan, you've been out there?
Yeah. The Westgate.
Yeah, the Westgate.
Yeah. I've been out to the Superbook. That's really nice. And also, if you can't get a spot there, they've got a theater there where a lot of the NFFC guys hang out. They've got, so the theater is running all the NFL games on screens. You've got a little place off to the side that has like 4 or 5 little, food stands or whatever. And then you also have right at the entrance, they have a couple betting windows set up. So it's just like everything you need right there.
Yeah, that Westgate's unbelievable.
Yep, it's perfect. So you get in there and you're just, it's theater seating, so it's super comfortable. You can see all the games really well, and it's just kind of a little bit more low key and relaxed. The only thing is there ain't no free drink tickets flowing around in there other than at the sports book windows. So,
Yep. All right. Who's up next here? Theo.
So
Vegas
they actually
experience.
they actually closed my go-to like awesome place to watch sports in Vegas was Legacy Stadium at the Palazzo. It closed down because of COVID. I guess they couldn't. But that place was unbelievable place to watch stuff. They opened some new place in Caesars, which is supposed to be a great place to watch games. But Legacy Stadium was fantastic. I've had a number of trips to Vegas. I had family in Vegas for a time growing up. I also, have done a bunch of bachelor parties, trip with the wife. But I had a very fun trip years back. I went out there for a World Cup. Shelly knows I'm a huge U.S. national team fan, diehard. And we went out there for the World Cup, and I was with a number of my buddies for the Ghana game, where we won in like the 88th minute on the John Anthony Brooks header, and the place went insane. I was in Legacy Stadium, so it was a really, really memorable Vegas trip. We bet the hell out of the World Cup. We won a shitload of money, and we kept it going for the U.S. national team. And the U.S. national team got a win, so it was about as good as it gets Vegas trip wise.
I like it, Theo. All right, Hof, Vegas experienced.
So
yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Hof.
So if you got more, you can go ahead.
No. I was going to say there's so much good stuff to do in Vegas. The draft trips are going to be a blast. It's a different kind of Vegas, but if you're out there's a place called Machine Gun Las Vegas where you can go off strip, and it's if you enjoy firearms or just have never shot a gun, that's the place to go. You can shoot pretty much anything at Machine Gun Las Vegas. It's
this is experience. This is a good draft.
That place is awesome, and I highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. They're very knowledgeable. They'll show you how to hold some of this high powered weaponry, and if you want to just go do something that's a little different than you can do in a lot of places, go to Machine Gun Las Vegas. That's an awesome place.
That was going to be an honorable mention. I think they pick you up in like a converted Humvee, right, and take you down there.
That's awesome. You've done it too. That's awesome. I loved it. I did it on a trip with my father in Vegas, and then we did it again. A couple of years later. It's a really, really fun place, and it's first class, and it's also in and out. You go shoot a machine gun. You're not shooting it for an hour and a half. You're shooting it for 30 seconds, and that's pretty much it. But it's fun.
Yeah, good stress relief as well. Yeah. So going down a similar route as Dan, I'm going to paint a little picture of the morning. After our Thursday, Friday drafts, you wake up Saturday morning. It's one of the first big weekends of college football. You run down to somewhere in the Cosmo, pick up what you think is an iced coffee that happens to have vodka splashed in it for some reason, and you head out to the pool, see your buddy Tyler bartending at the Cosmo pool deck, and just belly up either next to the bar, or they've got a great canopy covered section with 12-ish TVs, and spend the next 8 to 10 hours of your morning, afternoon, and early evening watching college football, placing bets throughout the day, whether it be at the sports book or via an app of your choosing, and just embracing the Vegas pool life while also enjoying the college football Saturday. So that's my ideal Saturday experience after a couple great drafts on Thursdays and Fridays.
Bellying up to the pool bar with your reflective sunglasses on, which is, I think, the important piece, right, Hof? The reflective sunnies.
Yeah.
It's good to keep the glare off the eyes for that long, yeah.
Yeah, nice. And the Cosmos certainly sell you sunglasses for $150 each if you need them. So
every day they'll sell them to you every day. Yeah.
All right. No, I like that one. Okay. All right. Here we go. The main event for our FFPC and NFFC main events and prime times, the food portion, the restaurants portion of this. We got about 10 to 15 minutes left, so we'll go through it. We will do the draft order. Guys, I am sharing a screen. Let me pull it up now, or in a second once I go. if you guys want to say your restaurant, what I'll try to do is quickly get the menu up there or a picture. If there's like a particular item that we need to be sharing to moan and groan about, I'll try to share that on the screen. I'm excited about this. We can do a couple honorable mentions at the end too, just to get everyone going for the Las Vegas trips. This really is the piece de la resistance of the podcast today. So let me go first. I purposely made sure that I had the number one pick because I get really worried that Hof, because I'm a creature of habit, would steal some of my picks. So let me do it. Let me go first. Hof was so great to not mention the place where he got the surprise coffee vodka canned disgusting drink. It was at Egg Slut in the Cosmopolitan, right across the walkway from Planet Hollywood. So if you're drafting at Planet Hollywood, yeah, they're going to have the buffet. Yeah, they're going to have the breakfast boxes. Obviously, Sport FFPC, do all that. Go to Egg Slut in the Cosmopolitan. They will have a line. The line looks intimidating, but it goes really, really fast. This place is delicious. You can kind of see in this burger picture that I'm sharing. It's all like sandwiches in a sack. But I got to tell you, I think the move is either, if you're doing it the first time, is either the bacon, egg, and cheese or the Fairfax. Both of those are delicious. The Fairfax is their scrambled eggs with chives. The bacon, egg, and cheese is the over medium or over easy egg if you want. All in like a delicious warm brioche bun. So good. The one thing that I haven't had, which they are famous for, is their slut. It's like in a glass. It's got some delicious egg. It's got some potato puree. People like those too, but I just stick with the sandwiches. I would say if you're into this kind of a meal, definitely go for the sandwiches, the Fairfax or the bacon, egg, and cheese. Lastly, their chocolate chip cookies are delicious and really get you going in the mornings pre-draft. So I swear to you, if I'm showing up there on a Thursday morning, I'm probably getting Egg Slut on Friday morning, and then Saturday morning I'm probably going twice in my couple days for breakfast. And that's not just because I'm staying at the Cosmopolitan. I would walk from wherever you are, whether that's Planet Hollywood or wherever, because it'd be on the way. So Egg Slut is my pick here. I absolutely love it. Highly recommend. So let me shut up. I don't know if you guys have been there yet or ever, but yeah, add it to your itineraries this year. All right, who's up next for the
Theo,
you're up. Already got lost in the draft.
My 1.01 for Vegas restaurants is actually off strip. It's a place called Ferraro's. It's an Italian spot off strip called Ferraro's. It's tremendous. It's old school Vegas. It's been around forever. And doesn't matter where you live in the country, it's going to be, it'll stand up to any of the best Italian food you've had. It's on Paradise. So I believe that's behind like Hard Rock. If you walk down to Paradise, you take an Uber or a cab there. It's a short little drive. Or if you're staying at Hard Rock, you can walk to it. But it's always busy and it's delicious. It's a fantastic spot. I won't have time to go there this trip, but it's a place I like to go when I'm in Vegas.
Golly, look at this. What's your go-to here? As I pull up the menu and just look at some of the pictures, Theo.
So this is the kind of place I might get an osso buco, something like that. But pretty much anything you get there is going to be fantastic. It's delicious. Really, really top-notch Italian food. I haven't had a bad thing there. I've probably ate there maybe 4 or 5 times in my life, and it's great every single time.
I love it, Theo. All right, good pick. All right, so we had Egg Slut and Ferraro's. Who's up next here? Hof?
Yep, I'm up. So this is a tough one.
Hold on. By the way, Theo, you get some credit here. Willis is awesome in the chat. Is all over the Ferraro's pick too.
Willis knows his stuff. I'm not even sure what's filling that Hard Rock spot. But I just remember years back it was next to Hard Rock. But it's great. I mean, I think if you talk to anybody who's been there, they're like, go to Ferraro's. It's great.
All right.
Shout out to Willis.
All right, Hof. Sorry for cutting you off.
No worries. This is definitely a tough one for me because I do like to explore and find new things. I will say that quite often in travels, you want to stay away from the restaurants within a hotel or within the resort and get off property and explore. And I think Vegas is one of the unique areas in which you don't necessarily have to do that. And I think the Cosmopolitan is one of the ideal places where you can pick up some world-class cuisine within a big box hotel. So I think there are a couple names you should look out for when you're in Vegas. David Chang is one of those names. He's got Momofuku and Major Domo both in Vegas. And Momofuku is in the Cosmopolitan there. They've got a little bit more casual menu. You can see their noodles, some large format things where they have full cuts, but it's a pretty casual menu. And then the other name I think you should look out for, especially again in the Cosmopolitan, is Jose Andres. He's got one of my kind of most favorite unique places in Chino Poblano, which is Chinese Mexican fusion. So you can eat, tacos with tortilla shells fresh off of the plancha while they're steaming dumplings directly behind you. It's a great experience. Again, it's pretty casual. And then he's got which is a high-end private dining room. He's got Helio, which is Spanish-style tapas. And then Jose Andres also has a place in the Sahara, which is the old SLS hotel called Bazaar Meats. And if you can ever get into a bazaar, you should go. The experience is phenomenal. It's a little higher end. What's that?
Is Bazaar the spot that has like the chemical stuff where you're like you're eating an olive, but it's like a freeze-dried olive and it explodes in your mouth with olive juices? Is that what Bazaar meat? Yeah, that's
that concept. Yeah. It's definitely a great experience. Probably not something you're going to do every day, but if you're looking for a unique night out, that Bazaar meat in the Sahara Hotel is pretty impressive.
Cotton candy foie gras. How about that, huh? That's something.
It reminds me of the scene in Parks and Rec where they spray the whiskey onto your hands and you rub it in, and that's how you enjoy the cocktail.
Oh my god! But I kind of like the menu though. The crudo sashimi crudo, same thing. That kind of like menus that are kind of irreverent like that get me going too. Kind of like that. All right, Dan. Did anybody snipe you? That's my biggest goal.
I did not get sniped
here. All right, Dan.
I wasn't super worried about it. There's a bajillion restaurants in Vegas, so the odds of getting sniped are pretty low. But all right, so my go-to, definitely got to make it there at least once every trip, Friday or Saturday night. Joe's Seafood, Prime Steak, and Stone Crab in the Forum shops at Caesar's Palace. So you go to the mall rather than in the casino itself, and the place is, it's fantastic. There are a couple others. I think there's maybe one in Chicago. I know there's one in Washington, D.C., where my kids go to school. So now I can go to Joe's even more often. But the stone crabs are fantastic. The crab is all served cold, so that's a little different than some people are used to. But the stone crabs are just fantastic. They're so sweet, so succulent. They have a Madagascar prawn, which is like this shrimp that is, it's like 10 inches long, probably something like that. The thing is ginormous. And their steaks are top notch. They've got some awesome steaks, bone-in ribeye, bone-in filet. Just everything is fantastic there. And they have an extensive wine list too. So if you like good wine, it's a great place to go and enjoy a nice bottle of wine and, a really good steak and seafood meal.
I like it. Yeah, that Caesar's Shops spot has some good restaurants too. I like that Joe's pick there, Dan.
Yep.
I like that one. All right, any ones that we didn't mention? Any honorable mentions for you guys on this list of like Vegas spots?
I will say I'm shocked that you did not highlight the Golden Steer.
Well, okay. Hold on. I have the menu off to the side here. Hold on. I went egg slut because I thought, like, in terms of like making reservations, you don't have to make your reservations at Egg Slut. It's right there by Planet High. I thought Egg Slut would have been one of the most like accessible spots, and is also like, cheap and people can get to it. So hold on, now I've pulled up the Golden Steer. We've gone off. So Theo, I liked your off strip Italian. We've done off-strip steakhouses the last couple of years, okay? 2020 was Golden Steer and was my favorite of the two, and I'll get to the second one in a second. But it's this, and I'm gonna zoom in as big as I can here. Golden Steer, their butcher's cut meatball appetizer is so delicious. Probably just get like order a couple of those and have those as a meal. Like, I love Golden Steer. Love the steaks there. Obviously, good wine list. But really, for me, what I love so much about it was the butcher's cut meatballs. The other one that we went to a couple years ago, if we're talking off strip and hipster and cool kid spots, is Herbs and Rye. They were another steakhouse. Absolutely delicious. When we were there talking to people, when we bellied up at the Pool Hof, we were talking to some locals, and we told them where we were going, Urban Rye, and they were impressed. Like, it's the steakhouse that you tell the locals, and they are impressed by your knowledge of the off strip. So Herbs and Rye, loved that. Golden Steer, also off strip, loved that. But if you asked me to pick one of them, I would definitely go with Golden Steer, specifically for the meatballs. Although I have to say, as I was looking at this in terms of like irreverency, I love the temperatures of their meats, where they say well done, burnt, and pointless. So don't get your steak well done at Herbs and Rye. And then last thing, just menu surfing. I was intrigued by the marshmallow crust. Not enough to make me go there over Golden Steer. But yeah, love Urban Rye as well. I have one more. It's sort of my white whale, and I can give it if you guys are out and don't have anything else restaurant wise.
Well, while you pull that up, I will say the Golden Steer is well worth the gout flare up, just by experience. A good couple bottles of wine and a 16 to 20 ounce ribeye is just perfect. And then another off the strip, I haven't been in a very long time. I think it's still very relevant and very good. Is a Thai place called Lotus of Siam. It's in a strip mall. I don't know if it's extremely well known or not, but it is about as good Thai as you can get anywhere. And it's a great little off the strip local joint.
Look at this. Lotus of Siam. All right. Okay. All right. Good one. Theo, Dan, any other restaurants for you guys?
I'll give you one on the strip and one off the strip. A go-to Italian restaurant in the Wynn is called Allegro. It's unlike a lot of these places. It's a place you can usually just walk in, or it's easy to get a reservation. It's closer to the casino. It's not one of their like famous chef restaurants, but it is unbelievably good. Tremendous Italian food on the strip. It's also, it's a little easier to get into than some of these spots. You can plan it while you're there. If you know you have a little time to get in during the during the day. You say, I want to schedule something. Maybe not have to schedule something 2 days before. Call up Allegro. They'll get you seated. It's fantastic. If you're a chicken parm person, it's probably the best chicken parm you've ever had. And then I'll give you one more off-strip place. A place I've gone many times with my family. There's one I believe in Chicago and a couple other places, but Lowry's the Prime Rib is fantastic. If you've never had a Lowry's experience, prime rib at Lowry's is just, I mean, Dan knows. Dan's a foodie and he knows prime rib. If you want excellent prime rib, like old school prime rib dinner, Lowry's is the best. It's off strip. You take a cab there or you take an Uber there, but Lowry's is tremendous.
There. Or you can walk to there or from there if you really. And what I recommend is take the cab there and then walk home, because that prime rib, you're going to want to walk some of that off.
Oh yeah, you want to go to sleep after this dinner. This is not nothing light about this. This is no. I suppose you could order fish there, but most don't. And again, it's crowded every night. You should have a reservation if you're going to go there, but special occasion spot. It's amazing.
It really is, and it's like walking into the 1950s. I mean, the service and everything. I mean, it's just like walking into an old 50s supper club, and it's pretty unique. I mean, there's just pretty much nothing like it.
They serve the sides to you table side. They carve the meat table side. It's an amazing experience.
I think I tried to get it. This is the prime rib up here. This is what I got. It's in the background. I don't.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That looks delicious. Hope you mentioned it. I pulled up the pictures and also sent it out in the tweet. The Major Domo by David Chang. I think it's in the Venetian. They do the short rib table side. I think it's Asian and barbecue fusion. Is that what a Major Domo is?
Yeah. And I think he works with the guy who does Franklin's. I don't remember his name, but I think he worked with him in one of his episodes on what Korean barbecue versus American barbecue, and kind of brings it all together with this giant rib dish.
Nice. All right, Hope. Anything? So one spot we're going this year, and then we'll close it. I have one more. I don't know if you guys have any more, but Hope, we're going to Best Friend, Roy Choi, and Park MGM. What's Roy Choi? What's Best Friend? Because when I look up their Instagram, by the way, it looks like they're just like a DJ club and a bodega. So do they actually have food in this Best Friend Park MGM spot?
I've never been, but I hear they have food there.
Right.
Roy Choi is kind of like the Korean barbecue king of LA. He started with the Koji truck a long time ago and built up different restaurants. A-Frame, Pop, which was one of my favorites in the Line Hotel in Koreatown that has since closed. But this, I believe, is his first Vegas venture, and it's got all kinds of different Americanized Korean barbecue to pretty authentic Korean dishes, and then everything in between. And yeah, you go through a fully operational bodega all the way into the back, and then it kind of opens up into this very trendy hipster. We may feel out of place, but the drinks and the food will be delicious vibe, and I think we'll really enjoy it. So if we do this again, the Best Friends might be added to
the regular rotation
to the list. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Dan, I think that this green apple bomb slushy with the extra shot has your name all over it.
That's got to be the one. I like the fact that they call them drinks because they're already gone. I mean, let's toss it back.
Drinks. All right. For the whole fam. Oh my God. We should just take that down, 2 people. Just to say we did.
Serves 10. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Drinks like a fish. All right. Last one for me, and then we can close it out, guys. This is my white whale. This is my white whale. I've heard great things about it. We tried to walk in here, and let me just tell you, because I think it's important to see where it's at. This is totally off trip. Palace Station, a casino you'd never really want to walk into, unless Dan tells me that he loves that spot, in which case, Dan, sounds right up your alley. No, Palace Station, off-strip casino, never really want to go there, except apparently they've got the best oyster bar of all time there. They great bakes, great seafood bakes. You can see from the picture if you're watching on the YouTube, 20 seats, 15, 20 seats.
Sorry, I missed all that. You guys are froze up.
Oh, did you get all my stuff, Dan?
Keep going, Shelly. He'll come back. Yeah.
All right. Oh, I'm good. All right. He's bad. All right. Oyster Bar, Palace Station, 15, 20 seats. The issue is lines like crazy. So Hof and I's dumbass tried to walk in there and just like show up to the table and think that we were going to scope out a seat. Nope. They had a line that looked like it was like 150 people deep. And it was basically like a 3-hour wait to get in. So they was lining you up to the hotels. Through the hotel. I don't know what they're doing during COVID. I'm assuming they're still going because it doesn't say closed. But Oyster Bar is my white whale. The problem is I think you have to go at an off time. So it's like a 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. seafood bake. So if you're up for oysters and seafood at that time of night, then the Palace Station Oyster Bar is up your alley. I don't know if I'm going to get to it on this trip. I always want to add it to my list. And just for whatever reason, I've only made it over to Pal Station once. And obviously, we hit eject on that almost immediately. I think we actually went to that Jose Andres' place, Hof. Anyways, I want everyone to know and be aware of this Oyster Bar. I don't care if it adds time to my wait list. If you guys are able to get in, I would love to hear about it and see your pictures. So show me your Oyster Bar pictures, and I'm going to be super jealous. Dan, you missed me going off on the Oyster Bar Palace Station.
My internet totally died.
No, that's okay. I was just saying that the Oyster Bar's long waits, got to go at off times, but is apparently just like one of the like prime hidden gems. Well, I guess not so hidden because of the lines, but so you wouldn't really think of in terms of it being off strip 15, 20 person spot. So
Nice.
anyways, they're open 24 hours. So if you can get a seat and snap a picture, really jealous. Maybe after poker, maybe after a long night, blackjack hands. But that's my last spot, guys. I don't know if you guys have anything else, but I'll end personally with the Oyster Bar Palace Station.
Nothing for me.
All right, guys. This has been delicious, and I've been taking notes, and I don't know if we'll obviously be able to fit it in this trip, but looking forward to it on future trips. So, all right. Well, hey guys, good draft, good food and culture and sophistication draft. You guys have an event, Dan and Theo, tonight. Dan, I think we're actually on the clock in our slow draft, so we'll probably have to connect on that too. Anything else before we sign off, guys?
No, this was a lot of fun, though.
Yeah,
I'm
for
definitely hungry after this show.
No doubt.
All right. No, this is fun. Thanks for joining on a Sunday morning, and can't wait to see you guys live in Vegas. It'll be a good time.
All right.
LFT.
See you in a week.
Talk to you guys later.